and welcome back to reading Homestuck. Just me this week. No June, no Arthur, and no Mason. Apparently, yeah, things are looking pretty solo this time. Ah well. At least it's not last week, because I don't think I could have handled everything that happened last time on my own. I mean, it could potentially be just as hectic this time, but let's be optimistic, shall we? As optimistic as we can be when we've got Arania being choked out by evil lady on the left. Just one thing before we start, though. This is a bit of but not exactly behind the scenes, but more of a call to action than anything. Okay, so there's this meme song that I've been, like, I hear it in a ton of memes. I have no idea what it's called. I'm just going to play a sample of it for you right now from a video that I found it in. If there's anyone in the comments who recognizes it, please leave a comment and tell me. I'm just going to play the clip now. It's from a video about Deep Rock Galactic, so, you know. Yeah, there we go. It's that meme song. So if anybody recognizes that from that small, probably quite quiet clip that I just played, please do fill me in the comments. And with that out of the way, let's get started. Okay, right. That's pretty menacing. Oh God, she's been oh, grab. Is she gonna break her? Oh, she's taking the ring. Flip. Oh shit. Oh no. Snap. Oh, oh no. Not the fire. Not falling into a pillar of fire. That's one of the worst ways to go out. Oh no. Oh, Arania. Just death. Dang, that's sad. Characters dying is... Oh! It's the boy! It's John the Eggman. Oh, no. What the fuck happened here? And things are looking a bit glitchy as well. Act 6, Act 6, Act 4. Oh, boy. That was a quick intermission. Well, I mean, actually it wasn't, now that I remember. There was a lot of very long, drawn-out stuff in the earlier parts of the intermission, but wow, jeez, I don't trust that. I don't trust that. Oh, yeah, I remember he got beaten up. Maybe he's dying. That'd be nice. Oh, a teen didn't like the direction of my story, so he came and beat me up. This is the worst thing that's ever happened to me. And bear in mind that one time my leg was bitten off, and I tragically lost a sister to murder. As such, I must admit. To being succumbed to a new low of depressing emotions. As a tortured artist of so much talented promise and intellectual daring and cultural magnitude, there can be no doubt this is my nadir. The blackest hall... the blackest ball before the hole. Oh, because billiards or whatever. The dark night of the feelings. I bust my cherub hump for you, people. Day in and day out, I bring home the fucking bacon. I accomplish enough premium content to choke your gluttonous candy holes, which serve to barely muffle your noisy cravings for more and for more. And I do this for what? Ungratefultude. That's a word. Man, I know what the crux of this horrible problem is. It is that I am, oh my god, I am misunderstood. The atrocious haters and weak children will say that I am a monster. That I am the biggest bad guy, duh. And that my evil crimes need to be stopped using tantrum punches, but no. I'm just a simple artist. Sure, some of their lies have some correct qualities. Yes, it's true, I hate many things. Yeah, I'm just going to ignore the puppet there. And want them dead, like all non-cherubs who aren't me. Ah, yeah, that's a good look. Yes, I mostly want to see every living thing turn extinct in bad ways, and okay, I've always been a sucker for making funny murders happen. But those are really just hobbies. They don't define me. My true passion is telling stories. I hugely insist that I walk the path, not of a villain, but of an artist. I bleed the blood of a craftsman. I sweat the stuff of a gentle soul, and I weep the tears of a poet. And like any beautiful art poet who is in a struggle of creative calamity, I must retreat to my craft. I will fall back on the fucking basics. Form, line, angle, line, more lines, additional angles. I will regroup. I will rebuild my vision from Pixel 1. I will reinvent myself as an artist. And again, I will rise. Bad, yes, great. Pure art skill. Like a phoenix from the ashes, a play on words. The ashes belong to the haters, of course, which I handed to them personally with my strong bare hands, and so I bide my time. Blueprint. Perfecting every aspect of my craft, polishing while demolishing, honing while owning, and in time, you will see my masterpiece. But the thing is... Oh god, Illy Loot Project Collarbone's masterpiece back. Oh jeez. Oh no. He's once again asking for your financial aid. Masterpieces don't come cheap. I know I said blah blah, I'm a sensitive artist, my soul is crying, stuff like that. But let's face the crass facts. I am a goddamn businessman and art costs fucking money. And so I will need you to plunge your grubby fists. Oh no. Far down your money pockets and donate generously to the next and greatest act of Homestuck. You won't be disappointed. As we speak, my closest friends and allies are digging deep and chipping in, totally optionally, or else. The savvy cash giver will also be pleased to know... God. That I am graciously accepting Cal coins, the bleeding edge of modern imaginary currency. Oh my god, this really is ahead of its time. It's cryptocurrency, which I recently made up with my computer and can confidently claim to largely understand. Please stand by very impatiently. Through the next lengthy barrage of not important stuff, I will be using lots of fancy software money to craft my swan song. Tune in next time on Homestuck for the thrilling and artistically unbelievable conclusion of Homestuck. Bye forever. Almost. I wish it was forever. Oh my god. Yes. Okay. Act 6, Intermission 4. Things are still looking pretty glitched out. But hey, at least we've got John. A giant candy corn. Yeah, my reaction to that information. Oh, it's a wide page with a scroll thing. It's like a panorama. Well, it is a panorama. That's what that is. So he's traveling through. Whatever that is. Yeah, this is a bit of a catastrophe. It looks nice though. Looks like a final boss, a Kirby final boss. I'm pretty sure Scott Cawthon was up there as well. This does look very nice. Yeah. I just imagine like the freaking Ciao Goodbye music from Sonic Adventure playing. Yeah, this is a lot of disaster pieces. Really selling the destruction. Oh, speaking of Kirby final boss, pretty sure that's Nova. Oh, hello! There's someone else there. I can't believe I'm back here again. Hey there, are you Dave's bro? ... Hey, did you hear me? Where is everyone? I'm John, by the way. Oh, it's Dirk. John! Could you please just leave me alone? What? Why? I don't understand. Do you know what happened here? Yeah. Oh, zoom in on eye. He's got one eye in the past and one eye in the future, or something. I failed. No, wrong voice. I failed. God, this is hard to do on your own. But hey, the show must go on. Oh, yeah, and I don't think he's going to be able to go on, though. Come on, John, use your windy powers. Exclamation mark. Oh, somebody else over there. Oh, hell yeah, it's Roxy and, Rose. Yes, I knew that. I know what's going on. So about that ring. Wow, that looks... Oh, that's nice. God. Roxy. It wasn't me. What happened to Rose? Mom. Mom, please, wake up. Dad, it's me. Your, daughter kinda... Please don't die. Rose. She's waking up. Purple eye. What happened to me? The witch got you with her fork, but you're gonna be okay. Oh, that's nice. Maybe you shouldn't try to talk now. You saved me, didn't you? ... Thanks, but she's gone, isn't she? For good, I mean. Question mark. I saw her die, and it's a shame how... a shame that I never even got to tell her I loved her. Who? Kanaya. But you too, Mom. Oh God. You too. Oh no, not Rose. Heroic, yeah. Oh no. Is she? I'm sorry. I got here too late to do anything, because as far as I may think I've come, I still don't know what I'm doing. Dave's bro in the funny pants was right, but not about himself. I was the one who let everybody down. I'm the failure. It's me. Jeez. You saw Dirk? Where is he? He was back there, floating near all the exploded planets. He told me to leave him alone, so I did. And now he's stuck somewhere inside all those shitty glitches, which just keep getting worse. Do you think we can get him out? He's like my only friend who isn't dead yet. I don't know. I've been able to clean up some glitches here and there, but they're everywhere now. It's like the whole universe is corrupted. Or more than just the universe, you know what I mean. There's no way I can use my windy powers to blow it all away anymore. And even if I did, then what? Everything has gotten so fucked up. Yeah, sigh. God. Poor Rose. She was always too brave for her own good. This is exactly what happened last time. Last time? It was years ago, when Jack killed our parents, and we tried to fight him, but we weren't strong enough to face him yet, so he killed her. But at least that time, I could bring her back to life. How? Just like using a certain method that is not an option anymore. ... That's the weird thing about this for me. I'm sitting here looking at my dead friend, and it's really sad, but at the same time, all of this has already happened before. The death and tragedy and stuff. Getting painted into the corner of yet another unwinnable situation. It keeps happening, and I don't know how to stop it. Yeah, me neither. But we can't give up, right? I mean, we've all been in worse situations and gotten out of those, right? Have we really? Well, no, I guess we haven't. I guess this, like, may be quite literally the worst thing that's ever happened. I mean, not to put too fine a point on ranking shitty things, but this is about as unbelievably shitty as it gets. I keep thinking about what I could have done to, or what I still could do if somehow I could learn to control this, or like even better understand this stupid zappy retconny whatever it is. Blah. John, yo, chill. Yes. Maybe we should try to like not worry about shit so much anymore. Why not? There are so many problems. I know all about the problems, and we're both way brave and all. I'm sure between us we proved that hella many times already, but man, I never wanted anything more than to meet my mom. To meet Rose, I mean, and to just be with her and talk, and try to understand this bond I felt like we always had without ever knowing each other. I kept getting so close, dreaming about her, waking up too soon, and finally, the last time I woke up was just in time to see her die. It's like the witch was holding out just long enough for the dream to feel like a real possibility before taking it away. Then you take that ultra sad thing and pile on all the other brutal manure raining down on this epic shit charade. And I've got to say, John, this is starting to feel an awful lot like the end. The end? Yeah. Whatever the end of the road feels like has got to feel like this. Maybe we should just admit to ourselves this is probably what it's like when you find yourself in a timeline where everything went wrong. And you know it means you're doomed. And the only thing left to do is face the fact you have to ride it out into nothingness. Stop worrying so much and try to let it go. You mean, like, ... What do you mean? I mean, accept that we lost. Admit that the people we wanted to be with, the life we always wanted, it was never going to happen. Except maybe in the afterlife. Our friends are there. Callie's there. My mom is there. Why shouldn't we be there too? Why not just let the doomed timeline work its gloomy magics and slip away into nothing with the rest of this mess? ... Are they gonna, like, do a suicide pact? ... Question mark. Oh. The savior. Oh shit! Terezi. Whoa, are you okay? Doesn't look like it. Doof! Jesus. Fix this! Oh, meanwhile. It is I, the great Papyrus. This is your home. Oh, and I get to voice Jade. Tell me what you did with Omega. Well, sort of. It looked more realistic when I lived here. Ah, yes, I recognize it now. It's just like Jake's home, but with less foliage. Foliage? On his Earth, these hills were covered in trees. In yours, I suppose there was more care given to landscaping. Huh. That's interesting. Is it? I'm not sure that it is particularly. Yeah, I guess not. But it is very nice here, even if it is only a stylistic approximation of your home. Pity there are no trees, though. I've never actually seen one. You haven't? Come to think of it, I've never even seen a plant. Uwu, not an uwu face, a straight face uwu. And I make an O mouth. Plenty of meat, though. Meat was left for us in great supply. Candy, too, but nary a plant for as far as the eye could see. Or the eye socket. That sounds terrible. When I was a kid, I grew up with plants all around me. But I was very lucky. I guess I took all the nice things about my life on this island for granted. I even had my own garden where I grew flowers and vegetables and fruits and such. That is all I ever ate, the things I grew myself. Oh! But I will admit to having developed a taste for meat since becoming a dog. Meat is very good. For all the complaints I might have about my childhood, near exclusive subsistence upon raw flesh is not one. Jeez. But then I'm sure that comes with the territory of being a monster. Oh, face. I didn't mean to change the subject. Please tell me about your garden. My Gerald Robotnik set it up for me in the atrium. I would spend hours tending to my plants and playing music for them. It was one of the places where I was happiest I can remember being. One of the few things I can remember, along with that gruesome image. I miss that garden. What happened to it? Oh god. It blew up. It was a raid. And then I built my house way up on top of where it used to be. On the space colony arc. God, it just keeps happening. In the years since that happened, I thought about rebuilding it as a way to pass the time on my long, lonely journey as the ultimate life form. But I was too depressed to grow anything. Yes, I believe I can sympathize. I am incredibly depressed. What sort of place did you grow up in that didn't have plants? Was it a desert? Of sorts, yes. It was Earth, actually. Specifically, under the Earth. Oh boy. 3 question marks. My Earth was much less hospitable toward life than yours. I am sure I was the only living thing left on the planet. That sounds lonely. It was. But didn't you say meat was left for us earlier? Oh. Was someone else there? Yes, technically. But he was only there while I slept. Who? My brother. Da-da-da-da. Oh, I had a brother too. Oh, okay. It's funny we keep discovering ways that we are alike. Yes, but not so much in this way. For one thing, you and your brother never detested each other, to my knowledge. All you do is sit there and boondoggle. Back to reality. Snap back to reality. Also, you and he spent most of your lives apart. To you, I'm sure it seemed a cruelty to grow up so divided, but to me that would have been a great liberty. This is where you and your brother lived? Straight face. Oh. Kelly. When you said you were a monster, what did you mean? Were you just being hard on yourself, or did you mean that literally? No, I was being rather literal about my true appearance. I see. And your brother looks the same way too, I take it. Yes, we look identical, though he was surely more a monster than I. He still is. Was this his tooth? Yes. It was once mine as well, but that is a topic which would require some elaboration. To tell you the truth, I would rather not talk about my brother or anything from my past, really. Dwelling on it for long makes me feel very anxious. That's okay, we don't have to talk about it. I don't like to talk about the past at all. It's just seeing this tooth and listening to your voice. I think I'm finally starting to remember something. The pieces are all coming together. Oh, what do you remember? I remember you. Me? Yes. I'm quite sure now that we met once before while I was asleep. It was you, and yet it wasn't. Do you mean to say you saw my true appearance? I think so. Egad, I hope I didn't frighten you. I was a little scared at first, actually, but it was not so much because of what you looked like. You face. Your voice was the same, and I can tell now that you are basically the same person she was. Yet, you seemed so different, so much more serious. Also, you were a god tier. What do you think it means, Callie? If that was you, but not quite you, then who was it? That was a version of myself I could have become, but for whatever reason did not. She is the one I am supposed to find, but it would seem you found her first. I see. An alternate universe version of yourself. Yes, the version who was able to defeat my brother before he could commit his mayhem. That makes sense. No wonder she was so... Well, no offense to her, but you are much friendlier, smiley face. I was that bad, was I? Or, she? Not really. It was not long at all before I could tell she was good. Actually, the more I think about it, the more I'm starting to remember about the encounter. She had a lot to say.
What did she tell you?
She mainly told me stories.
You face.
She seemed to really like telling stories, so I think your personality must have been in there somewhere, Smile.
You don't, by any chance.
You want to know if I remember any? Yes, it's been coming back to me little by little. I think I can retell some of them.
Very happy face.
Hey, I have an idea. Why don't you help me?
How?
Do you have anything to write on? A pad of paper or such?
I think so. One moment. How's this?
The Death Note. Perfect. Okay, I will write the words, and you can draw the pictures.
Oh, what a good idea.
Yes, okay, where to begin? If I recall, the first story was about how she defeated her brother, but I don't remember much about that one, and maybe you don't even want to hear a story that has to do with him.
That would be the way in which she and I differ. In my story, it was the other way around.
That makes sense. The rest of her stories, I think, were meant to account for the differences in the way her life went.
Oh, how interesting. Now I am very curious.
Smile. So she went on to tell another story. Not one about your brother, but one about mine.
It already sounds like a much more pleasant story.
Well, not exactly. This is the story about how he died. Oh, don't worry, it's actually a very fun story, and honestly, it's not even really a reference.
The powers you were talking about earlier.
Huh?
Do not hurt me, Egbert. You look like an idiot, but we both know you are no fool.
Hey.
I wouldn't argue with her, John. She's all bloody and she clearly means business.
Okay, you're right. Yes, Terezi, I agree to the fact that I look like an idiot, primarily because you seem badly wounded and angry. Are you sure that you're okay?
Shut up! On Rose's Rainbow Candy Planet, you appeared and said you had the ability to change things, to alter history without dooming the timeline.
Oh, yeah. That thing with that is, wait a minute. Terezi, are those Jade's shoes? What, are you gonna tap them together and go home? Oh no, you are gonna tap them together and go home. God damn it! Why do I make innocuous references only to freaking have them proven right?
Maybe.
Maybe.
Yes.
Yes as in yes, or yes as in maybe?
Yes as in maybe.
Terezi, why are you wearing Jade's shoes? Where's Jade?
Jade's dead.
Oh man. Not Jade too. Are you sure?
Yes, John.
You mean like dead?
Everybody's dead, John.
Everybody? Even Dave?
He's dead, John. Everybody's dead. Everybody is dead, John.
So, Jade, Dave, Karkat, they're all... Even the cute mayor guy who Dave loves so much?
John, let's not do this.
We did this last episode. Damn it. Well, did you actually take Jade's pulse? You know, she does like to sleep a lot.
I sniffed both her and Dave's poignantly overlapping torsos very carefully for a human pulse. Alas, I found none, angry face.
Oh, and then you decided to take her shoes.
Yes.
And you thought that was an appropriate thing to do. Why exactly?
John, her shoes were red, sparkly, and delicious. I am only flesh and blood.
You were such a weirdo. Why are all troll girls so weird? Every single one I've met is some kind of depraved lunatic. All the troll boys I have met are just lame weenies, though. Well, except for Karkat. Karkat was great. May he rest in peace.
Don't fucking say that!
What?
He's not dead!
But you just said...
I mean, he doesn't have to be. I did not come here to bathe in the repugnant attitude of a defeatist dork. I came here to force said dork to use his incredible and totally unprecedented powers to set everything right, even if it means stabbing him until he complies.
Okay, you don't need to stab me, really. Don't you think I want to? We just lost everyone we cared about. Of course I want to go back and change things. I just have no idea how.
That is not my problem. Just as a lack of stylish gemstone-studded footwear is also not my problem, as of precisely today. These things are your problems to solve. Both the pitiable lack of command over your sappy prowess, as well as the grotesque pair of banana loafers on your feet.
I freaking hate all troll girls. John, I'm just gonna have a little bit of water. What? Have you ever seen your denizen? No. Well, I almost did once. What happened? I was tricked into going to see him earlier by a blind prankstress who shall remain nameless.
Unhappy face.
But at the last minute, I was talked out of it by a pal from the future. I wasn't ready to see him yet. I would have died if I did. Okay, but like, what if you are now? What if I'm what?
Ready. I mean, if now's not the right time, then when even would be?
I guess you have a point. Would that actually accomplish anything though?
Dunno, man, I'm just spitballing here. There's supposed to be these ginormous monsters that you either fight or you listen to their riddles and they help all your problems or something. Are they?
More or less. I think their purpose is a bit more mysterious than that, and I guess more, like, majestic.
Majestic?
I don't know. I'm probably not the best guy to ask about denizens. Jade met hers, but she's... A sprite could explain it better than me. Didn't you ever talk to your sprite about them?
Nah, me and Fafetta never really talked about that stuff. We mainly traded lame puns and talked about our shitty love lives.
You did? Wow, what kind of sprite did you even have?
Sad face.
Never mind, I did not mean to touch upon yet another sad subject. Anyway, maybe you're right and my denizen could help me with these problems. But at the same time, there are so many problems. Even if I learned to control my powers better, we would still have to deal with all this glitchy bullshit. I could zap around and fix everything, but if it's all still garbled, how would I even know if it was fixed? Maybe you were right, Roxy. What if it's all too much to overcome this time? Even for Typheus.
I've heard enough! John, you've slandered our troll males as weenies, and while I could not possibly dispute this characterization, today I listened to excuses from none other than the supreme weenie himself.
Shocked, surprised Pikachu.
You will go see your denizen at once. Ask him to help you understand your powers, and accept whatever price he demands. This is not negotiable.
God, alright. I was going to agree to go see him anyway. Can a guy just think out loud a bit before making a decision?
No!
Wow, okay, my bad, I guess.
Yes, stop thinking. You have always been terrible at it. Leave the mind work to me.
Fine, then I guess it's settled. I will go to Loas and see my denizen, but what will you guys do?
Probably nothing.
Nothing.
If you are successful, then we will stop existing. I doubt it will be like having to live the rest of our lives in a doomed timeline. Technically, that is what we're doing right now. I presume that since you have been endowed with the ability to rewrite causality, not unlike the mechanism behind the scratch, everything as it is now will simply cease to be.
Oh. ...
What?
I mean, even though everything in this timeline is about as shitty as it gets, that still seems kinda sad.
Yeah, I think them's just the breaks, dude.
I guess so. What will you do with the time you have left?
I don't know, shit around all melancholy for a spell, question my life choices, probably bury my mom somewhere in the desert, give her a quick funeral, say goodbye to her and everything else, and then curl up in a ball and wait to unexist.
Holy shit, that's the saddest thing I've ever heard. Ark, why did you even have to tell me that?
Hey, you asked.
No, that sucks. Don't do that.
Man, why not?
Because it's a stupid plan for crappy idiots.
Jesus fucking Christ, what a burn. I think I might cease to exist just from that burn.
Yes, laugh at my truly sick burn if you must, but everyone's getting on my case for being so defeatist, and that's the best plan you can come up with.
I didn't get on your case for being defeatist, though. I was acting tons more defeatist than you on account of the emotions from my mom's tragic corpse. The troll's been the one busting your windstock, remember? It's true, I have been doing that.
Yeah, I just think, no matter who's going to stop existing when, if I do something proactive, then you should too, even if only on principle.
Lots of dots. Such as?
Why don't you go see your denizen too?
What?
That's your denizen there, isn't it?
No, it's a statue.
Yes, I know it's a statue. I mean, it is a depiction of her, right?
Oh, yeah.
So if I'm going to see mine, why don't you go see yours too?
Go see Nick's. Why?
Why not?
Because I'm not the hero with the magic fix literally everything powers that he messed around.
No, but you still have things to learn, don't you? Did you ever make that spike ball?
No. But what would even be the point of that anymore?
I don't know. It's just a thing you were going to set your mind to but haven't done yet. Just like I said I was going to get that magic ring so you can give it to your friend, remember that?
Yeah.
I haven't done that yet either. But that doesn't mean I have to give up on that idea. Oh, crikey. On that idea. What if, after I see my denizen, what if I could still do that? ... I'm just saying, you have no idea what there is to learn from her. Maybe finding out what there is to learn is most of what there is to learn. Okay. What if making alien spike balls is only the beginning of understanding your powers? What if she can help you channel some sort of incredible voidy thing? Voidy thing? Yes, like a windy thing, but with void instead of wind. What's a windy thing? A windy thing is obviously a bunch of damn wind blowing around. So, you're saying she can teach me to make void blow around? No, I didn't mean it that literally. I meant maybe something more abstract, like, I don't know, learn to phase out of reality and somehow preserve yourself in the void, and even if I alter history, so that maybe when the time is right, you can just pop back into reality. Wow, you really think she can tell me how to do that? I have no idea, I'm just saying, who knows? Not to be a wet windsock, John, but that sounds far-fetched as heck. Okay, yes, probably. It just feels shitty leaving you here to have a sad funeral and then stop existing. Sometimes, John, you just gotta throw a sad funeral for your dead teen mom and then stop existing. Le shrug. Le shrug, my le butt. I'm not going to see my denizen unless you agree to see yours. That is the deal and that's final. Damn, son. As in, damn literal offspring of some peeps I know. Should be strict.
Alive, Lalonde. Just do what he says. Pointless obstinacy is a shared familial trait, which is most unwelcome at this time.
Just gonna have a bit more water. Good old Teresi. Oh, that's good. Okay, fine. I'm gonna go see some big-ass goddess of the night if it'll make you get the show on the stinking road already. Thank you. That is all I ask. So, now? I guess. Like this exact actual second then? I don't know. Probably. Alright, I guess we should, like, go then. Yeah. No time like the present, right? Right. Then, so hey, if this works and I somehow erase you from history, I mean, this version of you? Haha, yeah, if that happens, then, it was nice to meet you.
This is fucking brutal!
Question mark. Okay. Oh god, here we go.
I am not about to spend my final moments slowly bleeding to death, while two human dorks, oblivious to their own painfully evident romantic tension, fumble through a drawn-out series of awkward goodbyes. Didn't you just meet, like, today?
Yeah, yeah.
Jegus, someone flog me with another shitty clown. I can't take one more minute with you adorable dweebs. You caught me at this bad time, Egbert and Lalonde. Any other day I would be teasing you about this in a playful attempt to make you both uncomfortable while giggling maniacally, but look at me! I said look at me! Does this strike you as a face which is prepared to giggle maniacally?
Straight face.
I'm declaring this meeting of tragic yet adorable fuck-ups completely and utterly adjourned. Now say goodbye. Yes, there you go, just like that. Hey, what? You're just gonna walk away? How about a hug? Yes, the thing you do with your arms. No, not me. Don't touch me. With each other. Okay, just a little closer, and there you go. This isn't a blast-off research, people. Alright, I think that's going to do it. This goodbye has been secured. I mean, really. How do you even function on a day-to-day basis without me? How does anybody? Maybe they didn't. Guess that explains the mess we're in. I don't know what that word is. I'm sure someone in the comments will get mad at me for not knowing what that word is, but I don't know what that word is. I mean, of course I know, I just didn't feel like saying it, because my throat has been torn to shit. Lamau, Scarf Troll, you're pretty funny. Hope I meet you again, or at least some version of myself meets some version of yourself. Ooh, what an abstract wish. Fantasy wish giver Dream Christ don't even know what that meant enough to make it happen or not. He and his loyal entourage of religious wizards just shrugging at each other. Okay, so good luck fixing all the shit, John. Anyway, I'm out. Phasing down to the core of this sucker for denizen time. Later, dudes. Poof. Bye. Hey, she didn't hear me. She was already underground. But yeah, I guess I will get going too. Thanks for the weird angry pep talk, Teresi. See you. Egbert, where the hell do you think you're going?
But you just said,
get back here!
Okay, dang, what is it?
Don't think we should go over the Don't you think we should go over the actual plan first?
I thought we just did that. I'm going to see Typheus.
No, you nitwit. I mean, what you're going to do if you successfully learn to control your powers.
Oh yeah. Heh, good point.
So what is your plan?
I don't have one. I mean, other than go talk to a monster who I presume to be a giant snake and see what happens, do you have any ideas? What do you think I should change, Terezi?
I don't know. I really should know, but I don't. Angry face.
Why do you think you should know?
Because I'm a seer of mind. It's my job to know such things. I'm supposed to foresee outcomes of certain actions and guide my friends to victory, but I've never been very good at using my powers. Look at where they've led me. I've lost all faith in my abilities long ago. Sorry, John, I'm not sure I can help you.
Can't you at least try?
Try what exactly?
Anything. Like, put your hands on your head. It's au blah. Like psychics do, and just, I don't know, try anything at all that might help me figure out what to do. I just don't want to be zapping around time and space at random with no rhyme or reason to what I'm trying to fix. Please, Terezi, just try. I need your help. Nice think.
Okay, I will try something.
Cool.
I have no idea if this will work, or if there even is any theoretical basis for it working, but I'll need you to do something to help me try it.
Okay. What?
Try to hold a certain thought in your mind, as clearly and as steadily as you can, and tell me what it is.
A thought? Like, what kind of thought?
I don't know, some idea, an image, or maybe a phrase? That might be simpler.
Sure, what kind of phrase?
Any phrase, as long as you're sure you'll be able to remember it clearly later on.
Okay, I got one.
Good, tell me.
There's no place like... Oh my god. There's no place like home. Because it's Homestuck. Roll credits.
Okay, I think I can work with that. Now be sure you remember it.
I will.
Alright, stand back. Let's give this a shot.
Oh, jeez. Fizzle. What happened? Did it work?
No. It did not.
She just dies. Metal pipe. Well, damn. It was worth a shot, I guess.
I'm sorry. I can't help you. I can't help anyone. You better go.
But what will you do?
I'll probably just bleed to death in this desert, alone and irrelevant.
That's so shitty, though.
What if you stop? Just stop. There's nothing more for me to do. I don't even have a denizen to go visit. My friends are dead, and I wasted my life. It is over for me. And you're the only hope we have left. So get out of here.
Sad. I guess you're right. Okay, off I go then. If I master my powers, I guess I'll figure something out. Don't worry, Terezi. I'll make sure none of this ever happens.
That's a good line. I like that. Yeah, that's a really great line. Wait. Oh my god, I'm getting a call from Mason? Oh my god. Jesus Christ. Yes?
Hey, it's me, Mason.
Yeah?
Yeah, I was just calling to tell you that I won't be able to record this weekend.
Yeah, I know. I'm recording the episode right now.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I'm really sorry about this, but you know how it is. I've been really busy with...
Yeah, I don't want to hear your excuses. I've got work to do. Just make sure you're back for the next one, alright?
Oh, yes.
What was that?
Yes, sir.
Good. God's sake, that guy, I can't with that guy sometimes. He thinks he can just come onto this show and just try and fix everything. Like, seriously. I know. Yeah, well, I'll just have to deal with that later. Anyway, let's start from the beginning, shall we? Right. I'm just gonna have a bit more water first. Cool me down a bit. That guy thinks he can just get away with anything.
Alright. I'm starting to remember the things she told me so vividly now. It's amazing what a creative project can do to get your mind turning.
Smile face! What shall I draw first?
The land of wind and shade. Oh, the hedgehog. This is where this story begins.
I see. Which story exactly? Her story or yours?
Both, as a matter of fact. My story began with a tragedy on Lois, which led to meeting her in the first place, and then she used my memory of that tragedy as a starting point for her story, which turned out to be related.
Oh, fascinating. I love stories.
I know. I'll start with mine, since that will make everything else make sense, so go ahead and start drawing.
What?
Lois.
Right.
Sorry about that.
How is this?
Looks good. Don't forget to put a really tall house poking out of the top.
Oh, yes, of course. So, you say your story begins with a tragedy. What shall I draw next to depict this tragedy?
Nothing yet. I'll get to that. But yes, the tragedy is why I was alone on the Golden Ship. It was not long after our 3-year journey began.
Ah, this looks nice.
I was relaxing in our makeshift living room, giving John and Dave Sprite some space to themselves for a while so they could catch up. John wanted to visit his home again, so I happily obliged and shrunk them both down so they could hang out in his tiny tall house. It seemed like the nice thing to do, but I came to regret that decision more than any I've ever made. I was minding my business when out of nowhere, Lois exploded! I couldn't believe it. It was totally inexplicable. There was no trace of them at all. They were both dead. I suppose it must have meant John's death was heroic, but I couldn't for the life of me imagine how. To me, it was as pointless and arbitrary a death could be. I looked within myself as hard as I could to see if there was some power I had, in all my omnipotence, to bring them back. But I couldn't. They were gone. I would spend the next 3 years on that ship without my 2 best friends. Sure, they were still consorts and chess guys to keep me company, but the loss was too much for me to bear. I felt so alone. Weeks and months went by. I didn't have the slightest sense of how quickly or slowly time was passing. Any sense of purpose to reaching the destination had vanished, and delicious though it was, no amount of Nana's cake would bring me comfort. Toward the end of the journey, when feeling particularly despondent, I think that was supposed to be I was feeling particularly despondent, but oh well. I fell asleep and had a dream, and that is when I met a very powerful, strangely charismatic creature. Her name was Calliope. As I said, it was somewhat like you, and yet so unalike. Her presence was so serious and grave. Her hollow eyes were piercing, but not hostile. But the prevailing sense I got from her was one of loneliness. Before she even said a word, I could feel it somehow, that this was a deeply lonely soul. Until I met her, I thought I was the loneliest person in the universe, but a feeling told me she had been here by herself for a long, long time. I felt sorry for her, and relating to her plight helped me overcome the feelings of intimidation. So we began to talk. We traded stories about ourselves. She spoke of the brother she killed. I spoke of the brother I lost. And when I mentioned John's death, that is when she became very serious again. She began to recount how John had died, repeating to me the same story I just told you. She described the spontaneous destruction of Lois, which left me alone for years. I wondered why she was recounting this tragedy that happened to me, and for that matter how she knew of it herself. She went on to say that Loas was destroyed because John's denizen had suddenly woken up. Typhoeus, a great monster of truly terrifying power. She said he had destroyed his land and slayed his own heir of breath, not out of malice, but to make a slight correction. I asked her, "What do you mean, correction?" She said that the John from my reality and his entire planet needed to be erased, and that the slumbering denizen in all his mysterious wisdom knew this. She told me that the dreams of a denizen draw from the same well of potential from which every conceivable possibility arises, the same place Skya gets its power from. So if an agreement with a denizen is reached in one reality, that same denizen in another reality could become aware of it and respond accordingly. It seems that John, somewhere in some other plane of existence, had made just such an agreement. Oh. She said that the John I knew, like herself, was only one version of a person. There was a different version of John from another reality poised to play a more significant role. You see, the John from that reality, in an act of desperation, had gone to see Typhoeus and struck a bargain with him. She would go on to explain the nature of that bargain in the next part of her story. But from my perspective, the consequence of this bargain was to lose my friends and to live with that for years without understanding why. Losing them still hurt, but I was so relieved to at least understand the reason, and to realize their senseless deaths were actually serving a bigger purpose. I thanked her for letting me know. She told me she was not human, and had no frame of reference for empathizing with my feelings. But if there was one thing she could relate to, it was the feeling of being alone. The feeling of waiting for what seems like eternity by yourself, until finally, your purpose presents itself. Jesus Christ. That's heavy.
I feel sorry for her. For myself, I suppose, but then again, that feeling is nothing new. It's an odd statement she made, though.
What?
Not having the frame of reference for empathizing with human feelings. If you asked me, I would say I have the vantage to relate to both humans and cherubs, so when you describe your feelings of sadness over losing your friends, I'd have more than enough grounds for commiseration. Do you think that this version of me never
what?
Never had human friends like I did? A human?
I have no idea.
What a strange thought. To grow up with only my brother for company, and not even have my human friends to get me by. What a dreadful fate, the poor thing. Maybe that was her difference. What let her predominate over her brother, whereas I was too, humanly socialized to succeed in my cherubic rite of passage?
Could be. I don't know enough about cherub rites of passage to say either way. Human rites of passage either, for that matter.
So then what happened?
Right. Anyway. That's when she began her story in earnest, the one she summoned me in my dreams to tell me, the story of the other John who made a deal with Typheus. It began with the same place mine did, Lois. So, go on.
What?
Draw Lois again.
Oh, wait, all over again?
No, you can just copy the first one you did.
What a lovely idea. I'd hate to hold up the pace of your exciting tale with a bunch of superfluous doodling. Oh, yeah, you would you? Good enough?
Yes, but there are also supposed to be glitches around.
Glitches? What do you mean by glitches?
Like computery glitches, I think.
That sounds hard to draw.
Okay, why don't we not worry about showing the glitches for this story? They would just make it harder to see what's going on, which is probably the point now that I think about it,
The point of what?
I never thought much about it, it just seemed like a weird detail she mentioned. But I guess it was some strange form of corruption in their session that made everything harder to understand.
Where did the corruption come from?
No idea. I guess it was just one more way everything got messed up for them. Like just another surreal obstacle for a hero to overcome. Oh, that reminds me, you need to draw John there as well.
Righto.
Hey, there he is.
There you go, one hero. Sans surreal obstacles.
Smile. When she mentioned that, I didn't give it a second thought, but now that I'm trying to reconstruct everything and tell you what to draw. I guess when you're trying to tell a story, it forces you to think a lot more about everything than when you're just listening to one. You know, telling someone you have a story is tantamount to telling them to stop what they're doing. You have a solution to their obstacle, but... Never mind.
'Tis quite true. Perhaps you should start writing. How did she begin?
Let me think. Maybe we should pause before I go on. Yeah, maybe pause and take a drink. Oh, God.
Pause?
Like some sort of intermission, so I can collect my thoughts a bit, and to give the audience a little breather between two significant arcs. We were at it for a pretty good while there, after all.
What? Audience?
Well, that would be you in this case. Oh, I know. I could doodle a quick story about the antics of the silly consorts on the Golden Ship before moving on.
I would really rather you didn't.
One of the things I did to pass the time on the ship was to give them funny names. Let's meet our cast of characters for this intermission, shall we? ... Let's see, there was Bubble-Uppagus, Thips Ahoy, Knack Be Nimble, Slowpoke Malone,
Jade,
Detective Glub's Budget, Fidgety Herbert, Dr. Snossages, oh no, Yif Yif,
Jade!
Huh?
I'm sorry, but I don't care about this right now. Your consort friends are so very cute and their names are silly and I love them all, but I want to hear the rest of the story. Please let's go back to illustrating her story. I'm so curious. Please, 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 please.
Wow, okay, sorry. Yes, you're right. This is a stupid diversion. Let's continue. Kelly, your hand.
Oops. Pay no attention to that. Do carry on.
So, anyway, like I said, she just finished telling me that she was able to beat her brother in this reality. But apparently that wasn't supposed to happen. So she lived out the rest of her life in a doomed timeline and eventually died. She didn't mention how. And then she did this kind of funny transition. Darn, I don't think I'll do it justice. A transition to a story about my brother, who was stuck in a doomed timeline too. I think I'll mess it up if I try to match what she said word for word. She had a really fanciful way of putting things.
There's no need to try to recite what she said. Just tell the story in your own voice, as you have already been doing. It will be more fun that way.
Okay. So the bottom line was, almost all of our friends had died, and John's only hope was return to his planet and attempt to complete his personal quest. As you know, we all have personal quests that are unique to our planets. The nature of the quest is never easy to understand at first. They're presented to us through enigmatic riddles conveyed through the lore of the land. For John, it was to journey to the place where constellations danced beneath the clouds. It was said that the air of breath was to free the stars from the shade and release them into heaven. This was just a mysterious way of saying what he really had to do. The stars were actually fireflies. They'd been flying around trapped beneath the overcast sky ever since John first brought Lois into existence by his arrival. And paradoxically, they'd been imprisoned there for ages, even before that. Such is the way of our lands. They are newly born the day we arrive, and yet they always were. To free the fireflies, John would have to play a special song. It had to be played just right to summon the breeze through the pipes. But there was a problem. The problem is, you would not believe your eyes if 10 million fireflies. The pipes were all clogged with oil. The first day John came to his land, oil began oozing up from the core, flooding the pipes and filling the oceans. To play the song, first he would need to clean up the oil, and to do that he would need to face the slumbering one himself. He would need to face Typhoeus, master of oil. But as he wandered through the catacombs down to the planet's core, which is the speediest way to the Naboo, he wasn't thinking about freeing fireflies or cleaning up oil. He was seeking the help of his denizen to master a power he couldn't control. Luckily for him, denizens always seem to understand what you want, and more importantly, what you need, whether you know it or not. ... Is something wrong, Kelly? Go ahead and draw Typhoeus.
Oh, yes,
You do know what he looks like, don't you?
I believe I do.
It doesn't have to be perfect, just draw a big green snake monster.
A big green snake monster, you say?
Yes, a snake monster with the most unspeakably hideous face you can imagine. But you don't have to be too literal about that. Feel free to draw something a little more representational.
I'm not sure if I'm particularly comfortable rendering such imagery.
Why not?
It strikes me as rather indecent, for reasons I would be too embarrassed to explain.
That's okay, why don't I draw it?
Very well, but you must excuse me if I giggle.
Okay, but I don't see what's so indecent about a big old snake.
Tee-hee.
Lol. Get wrecked, you fat scrub. I love that face. When John got to the core, he arrived to find Typhoeus awake and ready for him. Then he was presented with the choice. Stop, you're going to crack me up too. This part is serious.
I apologize, please. Go on.
Oh, here we go. Snake mode. His choice was presented as a kind of riddle, spoken in a language only he could understand, spelling out the conditions he must accept. But speaking from experience, once a player is given the choice between two courses of action, it will hardly feel like a choice of all. If the heart is in the right place, then the right thing to do always seems obvious. So John accepted his denizen's terms, and with that, Typhoeus opened valves to the core and flooded it with oil. It looks like Markiplier. Hello, everybody. It's me, Markiplier. It looks like a mix between Markiplier and Salty GK Dan. There was no way out. He could not transform into wind because he was completely submerged, so he was faced with two possibilities. Either he could figure out how to make himself disappear completely, using the ability he hoped to master, or he could drown in the oil. It's just like the Hell Tower Pillar, whatever the thing is called from Battle Tendency. Drowning obviously would have been bad, but disappearing wouldn't be much better. He would appear somewhere else, having made no progress on his personal quest. His planet would still be polluted and he would be no closer to playing his song. Somehow he understood the only way was to conceive of a third option, an idea beyond the simple binary set of outcomes before him. And interestingly, it was coming to this understanding which gave him the first glimpse of how to control the power he realized it wasn't himself that he needed to make disappear. It was the oil. He dispersed every drop throughout existence. What, he just like Thanos snapped all the oil out of existence? Ah. So that's why there's oil all over the place. A tiny drop of oil on his forehead. In the shape of an oil on her forehead. Leaving a little mark for anyone who might notice, signifying his final mastery over his confining reality. What is it about John and affecting, like, tons of previous panels in the story? Doobie oil. The freaking trickster stuff. Yeah. But more importantly, leaving his planet clean. And the pipes clear. Finally, they were ready to let the breeze flow. So he could... Oh, okay, sorry about that, I just had to quickly take care of something. So he could play his song. Or whatever, yeah, okay, let's hear this song, yeah. Yeah, there we go. That's nice. Oh, zooming in planet. Oh, things are getting glitchy on the planet. Things are getting glitchy on the planet. I assume he's going to use his windy powers to get rid of the glitches. Yeah. Ooh. Pipe organ. Always been a fan of the pipe organ. But did they animate the piano correctly? Oh, beautiful. Nice. Oh, little guys. Ooh, whoa. Damn, this shit goes hard. It's like the freaking beginning of Sonic and the Secret Rings. Hopefully we won't be hearing this song every 5 seconds. Oh. In the eye of the storm. Oh, wow. Oh. It's expanding. Well, it's like a ball of yarn. I don't know what that was. Oh, it shot the cartridge out. Oh, it blew so hard that it blew the cartridge out of the system. Wow. Okay, well, jeez. Oh, there's bugs. Oh, what is this, Gnat Attack? Or are these literal bugs in the system? Oh, they're fireflies. What am I talking about? Oh, I can't even believe my eyes. There are like 4 fireflies. That's a blue planet. with starring David Attenborough. Is he going down the blue brick road? Looks like it. Exploring. Ooh, there's an individual. Oh, or maybe it was just a tree. Oh no. You are here. What an adventure. Oh! It be her. Sup? Elevator stuck with meows. Oh god. I think we might call it a day here. We've had a lot going on, and I like a spooky babe as much as the next guy, but after having to do Terezi's voice earlier, I think I was a little bit checked out. But yeah, this was a pretty crazy episode. Yeah, a lot of crazy things happened, and it's a shame that no one else was here to experience and enjoy them with me. But oh well, so be it. But I mean, I'm glad that all of you in the audience were here to experience them, because you know, that's why I do this, and I'm going to continue to do it happily. So, if you did enjoy this video, please leave a like. If you very much liked it and want to see more things like this, please subscribe. We upload episodes of Reading Homestuck every Monday or Tuesday, depending on your time zone, and we upload other things on Thursdays or Fridays, depending on your time zone. Other things like Dicey Deeds, which is going to be getting a new episode either this week or next week. Honey Heist is what we're going to be playing. We're going to be playing Honey Heist. It's a game where you are bears and you steal honey, and it's going to be a great time. We've already done a two-parter for 1,000-Year-Old Vampire. That was a lot of fun. That was our inaugural Dicey Deeds for our tabletop role-playing game show. That's what Dicey Deeds is, in case I hadn't made it clear yet. So please check that out. There's also the Troll Sona videos. We did our third part of that a few weeks ago. That was a lot of fun. We actually made some progress with that instead of just establishing the characters, you know. We got a little bit into it, so please check that out. And yeah, all sorts of stuff gets uploaded on Thursdays or Fridays, depending on time zone. So look forward to something fun coming down the pipeline, because we've always got something in the works. And by we, I mean me, because I'm the only one who does any work on this goddamn thing. Anyway, if you want to support me, feel free to follow me on Tumblr. You can find me there. I mostly reblog stuff, but you know, it's you can see the character designs for the characters we created in the Troll Center videos, and some brilliant art by Rhea Homestuck, very much appreciated. As for everybody else, you can follow June on Instagram and Tumblr. This is where June would promote whatever's going on either of her sites, but I don't know what those are because she's not here to tell us. So yeah, and you can follow Arthur on Twitch. Again, I don't know what he's up to. I know things are a bit busy, but I'm sure he's got something good coming soon. I'm sure. And if Mason were here, he would say something incredibly clunky about not having anything to promote and probably fumble his words a lot. But I think we've heard enough out of Mason for one day. So, yeah. But I guess that'll be all. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all again next time.
What are you doing?